today we're going to talk about prediabetes as well as type 2 diabetes. Before we start, let's talk about what chronic means. Chronic by definition means continuing or recurring over a long period of time. And for a chronic condition, this is either an illness or disease that needs long-term or continuous treatment. Oftentimes this disease does not have a cure, but you can manage it through medication as well as lifestyle changes and end up having a good and productive life. So good news is that prediabetes is actually not a chronic condition, but it can develop into type 2 diabetes, which is a chronic condition. So you cannot cure yourself completely of type 2 diabetes, but with lifestyle changes, you can manage it and live healthy and be fine. So let's talk about the symptoms. If someone has diabetes, usually they'll be continuously thirsty, hungry, they'll have like dry mouth, or they'll have headaches sometimes, or even blurred vision. And the reason why these symptoms develop is because people who have type 2 diabetes lose the ability to properly absorb sugar in their body. So normally, in order for us to absorb sugar, we need a hormone called insulin. So let's say you take a piece of bread, for example, and you eat it. In order for your body to digest it, you need insulin. With someone with diabetes, they don't have, they usually have insulin, but their body can't keep up with the amount of food that they're intaking. So before we actually go on to more details, one thing that I wanted to, like a myth that I wanted to bust, is that you don't only get type 2 diabetes from eating too much sugar. Type 2 diabetes gets developed because of overeating in general. So too much sugar, too much salt, too much processed foods, too much sugary beverages, and even stress. So once you have type 2 diabetes, oftentimes you'll get diagnosed by a physician and they will start putting you on medication in order for you to manage your disease. But there are other things that you can do in order to control it. So for example, exercise. Exercise can help a lot with managing diabetes because when you exercise, it activates cells in your body and your muscles that actually can intake sugar without needing a lot of insulin. So that helps you decrease the amount of insulin that you use per day. So other things that you can do is watch the amount of carbs that you have in your diet. Eat foods that don't have as much sugar. For example, if you need a sugar fix, instead of going for candy or for soda, go for fruits. For example, you can have bananas, blackberries, raspberries, cantaloupe, or honeydew. So you can also have vegetables. The thing with vegetables is that they usually have high fiber amount, which means it helps you actually reduce the amount of sugar that your body has. So it stabilizes your sugar overall. So foods that have, vegetables that have high fiber include black beans, broccoli, avocado, chickpeas, and green peas. So let's talk about prediabetes for a second. You are at risk, or you might be pre-diabetic if you're over the age of 45, if you're overweight, if you have a parent or a sibling who already has been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, and if you're a woman, if you have polycystic syndrome, you might also be at risk for diabetes. So in order to prevent, prediabetes, there are a lot of different things you can do. So discover how to eat healthier. Try to find ways to manage your stress because stress can actually, make the symptoms worse. Get a support system, like find someone that you could go to the gym with, or walk your kids, when you're at the park, or don't park really close to the store door when you're walking in. I mean, I've been there, like I was like, oh, there's a parking spot right there, maybe I should get it. But no, take the parking spot that's kind of far, get your steps in, take the stairs instead of the elevator. After eating, instead of slouching down, go for a walk, for example. So quick disclaimer, we did not talk about type 1 diabetes in this video, and type 1 diabetes is different. The way that type 1 diabetes works is that these people actually don't make any insulin, pretty much. So then they have to take insulin via the needle. And that's it. Please subscribe to our channel, and we will be having survey questions, so make sure you answer our survey questions. Thank you.